Assalamu alaikum guys and welcome to Smile to Jannah Extra. Well, I'll bring you some of the extra stuff, the juicy stuff that couldn't go on the main channel, or maybe might even go on the main channel, but you guys get the exclusive because you guys are some solid, serious people. You guys are no joke. Did you know that? You probably did. That's why you're here. Self-confidence and that, innit? But that to one side. What's mad is what's been going on with the whole Israel-Palestine thing. A lot's been going on, and I thought, you know what? Let's put it all together, and let's go through some of that stuff, mate. So the first clip I want to share is of a Five Pillars journalist called Roshan Muhammad Saleh. He went on Talk TV's talk show. So Talk TV is kind of placing itself as an alternative media source. But of course the people higher ups are, Zionist funded. But Roshan gave an answer that I was thinking I would probably give if I was on a platform like this. Yeah, the guy did not hold back any punches. And to be fair, that is our position.
What is the solution? The solution is for Israel to leave the land, hand it back to the Palestinians, the rightful owners, and all the settlers to go back to Europe and everywhere else where they came from.
Well, the Arab lands, 55% came from the Arab lands. They're not going to get welcomed to.
Why didn't Hamas give back the hostages?
Right, I've had enough of this. I've had enough now. I've had enough. I'm not listening to it anymore.
I'll answer that question directly for them.
Don't bother.
And what will happen is...
You're not interested in the answer, are you?
No, not because you'll just give some other flimsy on you.
So this was fantastic, yeah? The guy went straight for the jugular. Now, I don't know if that's the exact reason that he got kicked off the show, but wallahu alam, Allah knows best, but he smashed it, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Another one of our brothers that went on, again, the same talk show, on the same channel, Talk TV, is somebody called Musa Adnan. Yeah, now Musa Adnan is somebody that used to be on the dawah scene. Yeah, used to make these vlogs, mashallah, when he was young, and then he went off the path. Went into doing some things that were not exactly proper. He fell off the scene, and mashallah, what he was doing behind the scenes was working on himself, frankly. Yeah, he's matured, studied history, and I saw him on the show, and mashallah, I think he did a fantastic job. Yeah, he did a really good job, and I was really proud of him, frankly. Yeah, the way, mashallah, he was able to conduct himself, and mashallah, it was nice because he's been off the scene for quite a while. So for him to then go back, and not only go back, but go back on a platform that if he messed up, there would have been consequences. You know what I mean? So I wanted to share one of my favorite clips from there. Let's have a look.
And what is the solution to it? If you are an Orthodox
the solution
Jew,
to it has got nothing to do with shaking people's hands. It's got nothing to do with shaking women's hands. That's not the solution. The solution is the killing needs to stop. The solution is civilians need to stop dying. The solution is we need to stop seeing videos coming out of Gaza of old men holding their babies. Yeah, we cannot be insensitive.
What about October the 7th?
Don't be insensitive.
What should Israel do
Don't
after
be insensitive
that? What should they have done after that?
Don't be insensitive.
Nobody's being insensitive about it.
Fight Hamas. No problem. Fight Hamas. Don't bomb innocent civilians.
And that's the thing with this whole Palestine and Israel thing, that mashallah, it's bringing people to the front. And you know what, I think, and I love the fact that it's drawing upon how serious it is for Muslims to be educated, to be articulate, to be able to convey their qualms, their issues in a comprehensive, not even comprehensive, in a cogent, articulate, academic fashion. Yeah, and I definitely think this should be celebrated. And mashallah, love to my brother who did well. And let's move on now to another clip that's been going around. Yeah, and this clip is of verses of the Qur'an dropping from the sky in Palestine. Who's dropping it from the sky? None other than Israel. Yeah, and let's see the verses that they dropped. So what they dropped was فَأَخَذَهُمُ الطُّوفَانُ وَهُمْ ظَالِمُونَ, which is a verse from the story of Noah, was dropped on Khan Yunus, that kind of made people speculate that is Israel planning to flood the tunnels? And the translation of the verse is flooding, overtaking the wrongdoers. Yeah, firstly, dropping verses of the Qur'an from the sky, unclear because how is an average person gonna understand what that means? You know what that is? That is similar to these dystopian movies. You know what I mean? Like these weird Hunger Games, and you know these, you got drones going around like, look after your kids, make sure they are not doing this or doing that. That's weird, bro. That's some psychological warfare. That's some weird, creepy stuff. That's not normal. That is not normal, mate. And dropping verses of the Qur'an from the sky, these people have been living alongside Muslims for a long period of time. They know how Muslims venerate their holy book. To take a verse and then be dropping it from the sky, and most of them landing on the floor. You're not going to get people that are waiting to kind of receive it before it hits the floor. I think it's really disrespectful, yeah, and sickening. And it shows the sort of mentality that these people have, yeah. They don't care, frankly. Yeah, they don't care. But they want us to care when their soldiers are the ones being killed. And when we don't care, oh, they're forcing the government's head. Look, you just prevent, mate. Yeah, you can't be saying this and you can't be saying that. Police going to people's homes because they've got the Palestinian flag outside. You know, charging people because they say Israel burn in hell. Nonsense, mate. Yeah, what freedom of speech is this? And this brings me on to the next point. There's 15 members of the UN Security Council, yeah, and they had a vote for a ceasefire. Yeah, this was like a couple of days ago, yeah, I think it was yesterday. They had a vote for a ceasefire. All right, cool. They did this before. There were certain people that voted against, etc. But here, every single country voted for the ceasefire, including France, including Japan, all of the members except one. Only one country voted against the ceasefire. Two guesses who that country is. It was the United States of America. And because they have veto power that they can cancel the resolution, it's cancelled. Yeah, talk about democracy, talk about everyone's equal. Why are only a handful of countries, why do only they have veto power? You know what I mean? This average person who doesn't know about politics can say, why? Oh, but after World War II, these countries made the UN. And so what? So what? And one country abstained. Again, two guesses who that country is. The United Kingdom, which follows America wherever it goes. It can't form its own opinion, frankly, because since World War II, either it had to ally itself with Russia or America, and it chose America. So if America goes down a hole, then UK will surely follow it in that hole. And that leads me on to the next point, yeah? You got Brits that are going and joining this war and dying in this war, frankly. And some of these Brits are going to come back. So my first question is, who radicalized them? That's the first question. Number two, when they come back, will their citizenship be revoked? Of course not, because Israel is an ally, despite it committing international war crimes. Yeah, an ally is an ally. It don't matter, man. It doesn't matter, man. And that's why when the UK says, yeah, human rights. Yeah, human rights and, freedom and this is all a load of nonsense, frankly. Mark Curtis said this in Secret Affairs. He said, I analysed the documents of the UK because back in the days they would declassify them. America to some degree does it even now, but the UK stopped doing it. So the UK, when you look at the reasons why they would commit to certain issues, wouldn't be because of human rights, freedom of speech and all that sort of stuff. All this stuff is a smokescreen, mate. There's plenty of examples of freedom of speech being smacked in the face, yeah, like Julian Assange. He's one example. You got Edward Snowden, you had Catherine Dunn. These are just a few examples. Gary Webb, you know what I mean? These were journalists, so these were whistleblowers who got treated like crap, you know what I mean? So if it's all about freedom of speech, what happened to the freedom of speech of these dons? The other story I wanted to bring to your attention was what's going on in Zara, yeah? So as you can see, this was a exhibit of Zara, and an average person looking at it will be like, yo, this looks like people being taken out of the rubble. And that flipping thing there, that looks like the map of Palestine upside down. Do these people think that we're idiots? Well, apparently so, yeah? Here's what one of the higher ups of Zara said. It's a bit mad. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be really, really careful, especially when the genocide's going on. That's a mad thing. You know what I mean? And if that's not all, Starbucks. Generally, the people are boycotting certain companies that are affiliated or associated with promoting Israel, the terror state of Israel. So Starbucks is definitely on the list, yeah, especially when its main guy clear links with what's going on in Israel and supporting them, etc., etc. So Starbucks lost $11 billion, mate.
The company has lost around $11 billion. That's 10% of their value, just wiped off.
Oh, boycotts don't work. Boycotts, like, shut your mouth. They clearly do. $11 billion they lost, which is 10% of their company's value. That's a bit of a mad one. You know what I mean? And this is what's important for us. Do your best, Allah will do the rest. Do whatever's in your control and your power. You got some people that putting the ummah down, saying, no, this is the only way to do stuff or that. Do whatever you can that is in your power. Of course, we want Muslim leadership. Of course, we want Muslim armies to be doing their bit. That's their responsibility. Yeah. However, us, what can we do? We do whatever we can. And boycotting is definitely affecting these countries. Companies, yeah? So, alhamdulillah, really glad to see stuff like that, because some people do think we're powerless. What can we do? Some people are saying, yeah, if you boycott their products, you might as well live in a cave. You might as well, you can't do anything because they own all of that sort of stuff. That's defeatist thinking, yeah? You can do it. And even if it doesn't have an effect, at least on the Day of Judgment, you can say, Ya Allah, I did something. I did what was in my means. I did that. Yeah, so alhamdulillah, these were a few things, and I wanted to end with this as well. As you guys can see, this is an Israeli soldier. This Israeli soldier is just destroying toys. He's in a toy shop and he's just destroying toys. Now my question is, Hamas in those toys? Are there tunnels in those toys? Is that Israel defending itself by breaking those toys? Like, the narrative that we've been hearing, that we've been battered with again and again, repeatedly, how can you apply that narrative to clips like this? No, but that's a one-off. Some soldiers are like this. This one clip of many soldiers, nicking stuff, yeah, and giving it to their girlfriends. Soldiers blowing up stuff and dedicating it to their kids. There's numerous footage, yeah, that's established. You'll see it on these established news sites, Middle Eastern Eye, and these. There's no point putting all this footage up, but just for those people that are sitting on the fence and thinking, maybe, I don't know, we don't know the facts. Come on, what are you gonna say about this? Yeah, other than he's not a one-off though. I've already answered that. Yeah, it's a mindset. We're the chosen people, mate. We're the chosen people. Okay, what does that now mean? That you can rape, pillage, you can kill babies, children, women, civilians, all with the pretense of, hey, collateral damage, man. Come on, give me a break. Let's be realistic here. Let's be human about this. Let's be real about this. So these were a few things, guys. I thought I'll just share with you guys, Smile to Jannah Extra, because you guys are the OGs. Yeah. See you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.